world's best gather here. XBL baseball starts now.
It's crushed to the moon, and we're tied.
He picks it up on the second, over to first in time for the double play that ends the inning.
That's gone.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Trying to repeat.
It's good!
Homeward to the pen! This game is over!
Oh! Crushed! Left field! Off the pole!
Domingo Bell! Deep right center field! Carrying! And it's gone! That was hit hard. Left center field. Did she do it again? To the wall!
Swung on Bell to the deep left field. Is this baby gone? A grand slam!
Champion! The AAA World Series is over! What a line shot!
I can't believe my eyes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the XBL semifinals here, season 20. Can't believe we're here already, missed, but hey, it's time. Passion levels are at an all-time high. General chat is back to its degenerate ways, and we're here to kick things off between the Unicorns and the Pistons. How are you feeling tonight, Mist?
Feeling pretty good. I got two of my guys. I actually talk to AJ almost daily. Uni probably daily by accident, but nonetheless, he's always casting. We're always doing stuff together. So, no, I'm really actually excited about this series because we've got some contrasting styles. I know you've got some stuff cooked up for us, so I'll let you kind of run, and I'll just join in where I can.
Yeah, good deal. Good deal. Yeah. So with the first key to the game, as I've alluded to in the show announcement, just the gas. AJ with an all-time series moment there, capping off the sweep against Mush, the number 1 seed. Our heart goes out to Mush. He's a hell of a competitor, up there with the best. He always pushes people to the brink, and this time AJ kind of got the best of him. Some crazy box scores, crazy amount of hits and home runs, and just overall, the series, honestly, at certain times it felt like it could have gone as a sweep in Mush's favor, but clearly, we know how the story unraveled there, and AJ's hitting prowess really did shine when he needed it to. He seemed to take almost every opportunity and just kind of keep his foot on the gas pedal, trying to mitigate the breathing room. There was really, from the games that I remember watching, there was no easy innings for Mush. He always was on the back foot, always seemed to be chasing a lead, if I recall correctly. Maybe one or two moments at certain times, but overall, AJ was just, blasting the ball. And I think I guess I should probably just pull it up. I should have done that before I went live here, but I know there was a moment where Mush had a huge inning, and then AJ just responded with his own. He just seemed to have an answer every single time Mush threw a wrench at his direction. AJ always had a solution. So we get to see him try to continue that pace here, making his first ever semifinals appearance in the XBL. We know he's a previous Cup champion, but doing it here on the XBL stage against these big dogs, it's impressive in its own right, and I'm excited to kind of see how his bat continues here.
Yeah, you made a good point early in on that. I think other than Lazy, Mush is probably number 2 as far as a player that if you're not going to play cutthroat baseball, you're in for a ride because he adapts so well. And that's what's so impressive about what AJ did is he stayed on top of him. He wouldn't let him breathe. And like you said, even when he responded, AJ just responded right back and said, "No, we're not going to do that. We're going to do it my way," which is to make this a high-scoring series. So, great credit to AJ for just like I said, you can't let up. You can't.
Yeah, it was an all-time series. I don't know if the VODs are still out there, but if they are, I would heavily recommend people go watch them because the games were just entertaining in their own right. And then you have the context of it being Mush and AJ, their own storylines there. And yeah, it was a great spectacle for everybody, especially just like as a SMB casual enjoyer. Anybody would have enjoyed that series. So flipping to the other side, of course, we have Uni, the heralded double A champion all the way back in season 15. And he made his waves there in the first round against the Mustangs. A lot of people were giving him just some fun banter back and forth, but he did get swept by the Mustangs during the regular season, was able to relatively, I don't know, easily sounds a little too insulting, but he didn't really struggle that much in the Mustang series. There were some tight games, but that seems to just be his MO this season. He has the most one-run games, I think, of anyone in the league this year, and he's been able to find his winning ways over half the time. So that's been an impressive little arc to his storyline there. And then, of course, the bigger story is him overtaking Mama Junjun, a lot of people's favorites again, just looking at how the bracket stacked up and where different teams, what their path was going to look like to make it all the way to the finals. And, Uni just didn't even let him try to write the script there. He got out to an early 2-0 series lead. MJ was able to clutch up a little bit there to force game 4, but things unraveled quickly there for the Civ this season. And we'll save that Civ storyline for another time, but spotlighting the unicorns here, they've been able to find their way through these tight games, through these mazes, just constantly finding the right answer time and time again. So he's certainly going to have to do that here, I would think, against AJ, but they did have that previous match of the week earlier this season. That was a really entertaining game as well, and so I feel like here in a best of 7, we might get 7 great close games. I mean, they seem to be a really good matchup against each other. It's very much, as we see often throughout the matchups, it's very hitter versus pitcher oriented. The thing is, Uni's hitting can also pop off at times, and AJ's pitching does often leave a lot to be desired, so we're just going to have to see how consistent both of those players can be with their own strengths.
Yeah, I mean, all the credit in the world to God's Unicorn, who much like AJ did against Mush, he lived up to his MO. You know what? I don't care if even if Mama Junjun's playing on bathroom internet at the local 7-Eleven, you would think that he could outscore God's Unicorn, who's putting up 1, 2, 3 runs a game. But Uni did what Uni does, which is to just somehow slither, grease the doors and slide through to the next round, the next game, the next series. It's hard to sweep him. That's what makes this interesting. I think on paper, AJ just seems like he's just too powerful, but you could say that for everybody that Uni has played the entire season. So, I'm excited.
Yeah, and here on our screens we can see their history head-to-head in the XBL. AJ did notably have to sit out. He was on leave a little bit during season 19, so he did not participate. But seasons 18 and 20, we can see the record is actually in the favor of Uni. And looking more closely at that series I mentioned, the match of the week here back in week 4, Uni had a 7-run victory, margin of victory there in the first game. It was an 11-4 ball game. The bats were going crazy. I think it was really a lot of those runs came late in the game. The pitching really unraveled for AJ late, but then he collected himself and secured game 2 there in a 4-1 game where the Unicorns, they were hitting it decently well, 10 hits apiece, but just could not convert their chances. So I feel like that's just really a tale of the tape for the best of 7. We're gonna get kicked off here shortly. One other thing I was going to pull up here, just had the bracket. I should have pulled this up earlier so people could kind of see the pathing, but of course we're looking on this left-hand side, and yeah, you can see the final series scores there. I believe this is our first ever 9-6 pairing in a semifinal. That's probably skewed with how Lazy and Luke are not participating in this postseason, but still, a 9 and a 6, that means, the 1 and the 4, the 1 and the 5, the top seeds have all been upset here on the left side. It's underdogs all the way here on the left at this point. And then there's big dogs on the right side that we'll get to eventually between Ox and Wish. That is a heck of a series. They have a very fabled history amongst themselves, so that's going to be a banger, equally impressive series, if not more so, than the one that we're going to get started here tonight. But let's not waste any more time here, folks. We'll get game one started here momentarily. Allow me to switch a couple things over, and we'll have the action on your screens in just a moment. Alrighty, folks, game one between the Pistons and the Unicorns. Kicking it off here at Parquet. Everybody's favorite stadium, right, Mist?
Not that I've heard, but it actually is a pretty good stadium. It's kind of been overused, but this could be a good stadium for Unicorn. I think it actually plays to Unicorn's favor slightly.
I will mention this is a recording. Both games are recorded tonight, and I believe, as both players are kind of getting their setups situated, they each kind of forgot about a couple recording things, as they do tend to stream their games. So this recording is courtesy of AJ, and if you watch his games, he does have his custom music in the background, so that it does appear to have been captured here. Maybe it's a good omen for the Pistons. We'll have to see. But there is one away to start off the first. A 1 and 2 count. Harry Heileman with his dangerous purple trade sends this one on a deep ride to right center. Should be captured easily, though, by God's Unicorn himself. Star-studded center fielder out there. 4 out, number 2.
Yeah, in my opinion, this is not, in theory, the best pitcher to throw at AJ, but does have decent velo. If Uni can locate, you can slow anybody down with location.
Missing the zone a bit wildly by his standards there. Leaves one over the plate, and he's lucky it's not going to be more than just a single there, as it's a 2-out single to get on base. Going to bring Hank Greenberg to the plate. can see great timing, pretty good reticles, just the location as well. Did not get under it that much, so a solid hit to keep the inning alive. He's gonna try to open some scoring here. Takes ball 2 outside. Missed. I think this might be one of Uni's best pitchers. I don't have his roster pulled up in front of me, but just judging based off the velo and the elite cutter,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I would say it is a really good pitcher. I'm not sure that's necessarily the pitcher you want against AJ, but it's also not the worst. I don't like the choker trait, and I think the elite cut fastball somewhat goes to waste, but does have decent accuracy and decent velo, which is probably what you need more than anything.
Yeah. I'm just reading the chat, and Uni saying this is his number 1. This is his ace. So it's just funny to get the good old missed feedback on it. As Uni gets a leadoff single here to start the first. Bandy Ramyhead coming up, the bad ball hitter with clutch. Just the coveted hitting trait combo here. Going to be so impactful, especially later in the game. But even now, the pressure meter is half full. Let's see if Ramyhead can put a good bat on the ball. He takes strike 1 to even the count up. Make it 2 strikes now, back to back. And swinging just to try and stay alive. Uni maybe didn't see that one out of the hand well. Swings over the top of this one. That'll be a strikeout here. First out in the bottom half of the inning. AJ, not known for his pitching as we said, but he can pitch. It's the strikeout. Hoping for maybe a double play. This pitcher has quite a lot of velo, and that could give Uni some trouble as well. AJ working these counts nicely. He's ahead in the count again. A good changeup on the corner. Gets him swinging. Strike him out and not throw him out. The steal was on and he just barely beats the tag. Fortunate for the Unicorns there as they have a runner now in scoring position with 2 outs. But it's the 4-spot hitting. Dat boy go crazy. Swings and misses on the fastball. Does have low pitch. AJ finds the zone again. Ahead in the count for at least the 3rd time this inning. Gets away with a mistake pitch. Caught a little too much plate. Gonna go low and outside, and it'll fly to left field for Heilman to take care of the inning there. So a scoreless affair through 1. We head now to the 2nd for Alkaline to lead us off.
This music is almost putting us to sleep. It's just it's so methodical, in a nice way here. But there's going to be some fireworks, believe me.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of soothing on the ears, so we'll take it here. As that's a ground out to start the 2nd inning for the Pistons. Still trying to find some success here. It's early in the game. Plenty of baseball to go. They find themselves down in this count 0-2. Make it 0-3. 3 pitches for the strikeout. Uni starting to feel himself a bit here on the mound. CC Sabasia.
Yeah, I badmouthed that cut fastball, but he really laid it down there on the last one.
This one sent deep to center, but just got a little under it too much. That'll be taken care of harmlessly, so 3 up, 3 down. Side retired. Go now to the bottom of the 2nd here for Juice Jackson, the franchise cornerstone for the Unicorns. Hitting .344 these playoffs. AJ yet ahead. Yeah, in the ahead in the count. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Miss. Are you going to talk about his location so far?
A good location. I that wasn't really a bad at bat from Unicorn. He took 2 really tough fastballs, and then he got on a changeup that was also on the corner. I mean, at some point you have to swing the bat. So I like what Uni's doing here so far.
Yeah, nothing too erratic. That one was outside, but sometimes those can sneak through the hole between third and short. This time it does not, though, as 2 up and 2 down for the Unicorns as well in the second inning. Just as the Pistons had, we're down to the 7-spot hitter. For the Unicorns, swings at the second pitch, flies to right field, should be routine, and it is. Game remains scoreless. Both sides retired in order. They're in the second frame. Heading now to the third, swinging at that first pitch, an ambush at bat from the Pistons pays off. It's a leadoff single.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 16.
You're locked in here, CC.
I think this is the computer defensive alignment just automatically setting it up based on the pitcher stats. You see the bunt formation there as they now go back to double play. Of course, AJ was going to be hitting the entire time. I'm not sure if I've ever seen him try to bunt the ball, and he sends this one into the gap in left center.
What a swing.
That's going to be runners at the corners. And actually, no, good base running by AJ. The pitcher has enough speed to get into second base, eliminate any double play threat there. So runners at second and third here. Nobody out in the third. Ty Cobb and the Pistons are threatening.
You can't misplace middle pitches. I thought that was a pretty good pitch, but that just shows you that AJ can get to those types of pitches, even if they're kind of on the black, especially if they're just wavering across the eye line. Late there though.
Yeah, he sent that foul ball a mile into the skies, just barely missed it, and then does not catch up to the velo. So a strikeout here. Still, of course, runners in scoring position at second and third. Heilman has very respectable hitting stats, and he's in a 3-0 count. Let's see if he has the green light. He does, but he sends it foul. Strike two, a great location from Uni there to battle back. And then strikes him out on the fastball. Dangerous spot, but AJ was slow to it, and so there's a chance now here for the Unicorns to get out of this jam. It was looking dire with runners at scoring position, nobody out, and now 2 down. 2-0 count. Make it 2-1. Another good location here from Uni. Sabasiya is locked in, and he evens the count 2-2. Late on the fastball. Tough out engaged. Ball 3 taken low, nowhere close. Miguel Cabrera hitting really well these playoffs. Stays alive, just barely sends that one foul.
That was a brutal pitch, and he got a piece of it.
Pitch
Gets another
way,
chance.
Flared to left and just foul by inches. We do it again. On its way, strike 3. Uni finds the answer he needed. What an inning and what a performance there for the Unicorns, getting out of danger.
Yeah, and that's the one weakness of AJ's. Once in a while, you can catch him off balance and get that fastball by him. And he did such a great job to stay alive on some brutal pitches, and then Uni just wound up and threw it by him. So now it's Uni's chance.
Yeah, AJ's doing well himself on the mound, hitting corners, gets a little lucky with the red reticle there, but still, he's been locating on these corners really well, keeping Uni honest at the plate, and oftentimes kind of chasing on, extending his zone a little more. But this one flared left side. This does fall on the line. I think some chalk was lifted up there as the ball hit the ground. A hustle double there with 2 outs. So the Unicorns threatening with bad ball hitter at the plate. Good speed at second. The single is very likely to convert the game's first run.
Yeah, massive speed at second base. Uni knows that. He's aware of that.
Hard hit ball to center. Ty Cobb does have cannon arm. Throws it home. Uni sends him. Oh, no, he cut it off. It would have been close.
What?
But
I think he missed through the ball and cut it off because it was wild.
That's possible. I think it was a 99 meter. I don't think it was. I don't think he red metered it though. But in any case, the first run is converted as a ground out will retire the side. Unicorn strikes first against all odds based off of the top of the third and how things are looking. It's a 1-0 lead at the moment for the Unicorns. They're back on the mound to try and continue their momentum.
Yeah, if I'm AJ here, I'm not worried about this at all. I'm expecting to score at bare minimum 5 runs. And there's a really good shot down the line.
Yep, nice hard hit ball. Only good enough for a single here, but you'll take him any way you can get him. And so Alkaline, the 5-spot hitter for the Pistons, steps in, swings at the fastball. Count is evened up here now. Uni's got to keep an eye on his pitch count. It's been a good ratio so far, but all it takes is one crooked inning for everything to flip on its head. Count is even at 2-2. Now make it full. That pitch missed low, nowhere close. This one, keeping AJ honest. He was worried the curveball might hook into the bottom corner. And then he watches a fastball go by for the strikeout.
Yeah. You know, Uni clearly aware that there's no room for error here. He's going to have to hit his pitches, and he's done it so far.
Ooh, a hard hit ball on a line to the second baseman. Really unfortunate for the Pistons, as that is out number 2. And almost an exact replica of what we just saw. This time it goes over the jumping second baseman's head for a single into the outfield grass. So runners now first and second. Alan Trammell steps in. Does have a homer in these playoffs. And he sends a soft hit ball into the center field grass. It's going to score 1. Oh, no, it's not. I was focused on the chaos between the trail runners there. Doesn't matter. A great throw from center field, perfectly timed. And to my surprise, the Pistons yet again come away with nothing missed.
Wow. That we're just, I mean, that's just it's a good play from Uni, but just fortunate that the timing was so close and he got him.
Uni finds a leadoff hit here to start the 4th. Juice Jackson at the plate. Currently neutral, benefiting from his additional 10 power against lefties, and hits this one hard enough past the jumping second baseman. Throw comes in. It's not going to matter, though. There's good enough speed on the lead runner there to advance him all the way to third. So runners at the corners to start the 4th inning. Unicorns can sense, they can smell the blood in the water here. This is a moment for them to really break the game open.
You can't get into a malaise here if you're AJ. You already have somewhat questionable pitching.
Oh, Uni runs into a double play. Fortunately, the only silver lining is that runner at third is still there. But there's now 2 outs all of a sudden. That was a little unforced. And good play by AJ to hit the cutoff promptly, make a good decision. But Uni does convert the runner at third. It's a ball hit well into the right field grass, doubling their lead now 2-0 here in the 4th.
Yeah, and even though Uni doesn't score a ton of runs, his MO is once in a while he'll catch up to a corner fastball or an edge fastball, and he did there and got a nice extra run up 2-0.
Yep, up 2-0, keeps the train rolling here as it's another single, and he's going to keep the pitcher in to hit. Red reticle fastball catches that outside corner from AJ. Make it back-to-back strikes. Misses one over the plate. Uni had the green light here. Flies it to center. Cobb's positioning is a little questionable, but he does get under it to secure the final out. And ultimately, it's another 1-run inning there, but the Unicorns have to like what they're seeing at the plate.
Yeah. Again, you know, one run. If I'm AJ, I'm still looking to score 4, 5, 6 here at minimum. So I'm not really worried about 2 runs. If I can't score 2 runs and I'm AJ, then I'll accept that loss.
Yeah, you got to think the bats are going to come alive here for the Pistons. They've had some moments that they really wish they could have back, but you know, they're going to look forward here to get a leadoff single now in the 5th, as that was the pitcher. So trying to help his team out any way he can. Ty Cobb at the plate, late on that fastball. Pitch count has climbed up into the 70s now for CC. So we got to start contemplating the bullpen activity here as we get closer to the 80, mid-80 pitch count. Keep an eye on the mojo depending on what happens in the game. And his mojo goes up after that strikeout. Another well-placed pitch there from Uni, really relying on his pitching strength.
Yeah, and he's going to have to keep that velo up. He just has to. I mean, he's going to have to put a short leash on this. The next time that velo dips, this pitcher has to be gone.
Double play is possible here. The runner at first. 3-1 hitters count. AJ watches ball 4 high. Curious to see if the mojo drops from that. Looks like they're back down to neutral.
Go. He has to go. Yeah, he's got to pull
choker really just forces Uni's hand here. Call to the bullpen for the passionate dude. Brings in the reverse splits.
Going reverse.
Yeah, he's mitigating the clutch. And grounds one to short. This could be over there. 6-4-3 double play. Drops the mojo as well. Unicorns get out of another jam. And they just seem to continue having an answer every time. I mean, Uni has to be happy with that.
Yeah, and he did the right thing. He had the reverse splits. He reduced the reticle. He reduced the power. He put up a good pitch, a moving pitch, and just prayed for AJ to roll over it, and that's what he did.
A quick fly out to start the 5th for the Unicorns, and now 0-2. Manny Ramyhead, the bad ball hitter. Gonna need to tighten his zone up a little bit, and he does there, taking outside, but swings at this cutter. He's gonna find the glove of Heilman out there in the left for out number 2. Jerry Stamper steps in. Haven't really had to say his name too much tonight, but he does have a decent playoff hitting line so far. Grounds this one, though, to second as an early dive for Gehringer.
Yeah,
Throw is
really
still
early.
in time, though. The catcher doesn't have any speed for the Unicorns, and that will retire the side in order as the Pistons look to really shake this game up here as we're getting later and later into the game, now in the 6th inning.
This pitcher can be hit. I know he's rolling right now, but AJ's licking his chops here. If he can just get what he wants.
Sends that fastball in the dirt to the second baseman. OJ did it, throws to second baseman. No, that's not a mistake. The first baseman of the Unicorns is actually named second baseman.
Kind of interesting to see AJ chasing weak velo out of the strike zone. That is definitely not his MO. So he's rattled by the big lights.
Yeah, just to quickly answer Kawashi's question in chat, they're asking what the background music noise is. That is AJ's sort of custom music that he plays during his stream, and I think both players had some recording mental lapses, you could say, so they kind of forgot that some of these streaming things they normally do were still being captured, so I suspect they've probably fixed it for future games, but that's the answer to your question. As we look at a 2-2 count now for Charlie, with 2 outs here in the 6th, Pistons got to get something going soon. Good eye to take this inside. Count goes full. And just barely missing the bottom of the zone. Their walk has been issued. So the tying run steps up to the plate with bad ball hitter. Oh, he swings at the first pitch. A hard hit grounder to short, routinely handled, and another 0 tacked on to the score here. Tacked on to the box score. Missed. How are you feeling if you're Uni right now?
I feel fantastic. Yeah, I think AJ certainly feeling the pressure a little bit. We've seen him reaching for a few pitches he wouldn't normally swing at, and I don't blame him. I would be a little bit rattled here. It is a long series, though, so if I'm AJ, I'm not even worried about this game. I'm worried about getting back on track.
Yeah, there's a short-term and a long-term mindset. You gotta definitely weigh at the same time here for a best-of-7 series. And you're right, the more important thing is the long-term. Just kind of get the bats going. If you lose this game, so be it. But you know, it's a best-of-7. You don't want to beat yourself up too much here just in the first game. As very fortunate double play took place there to end the 6th. Pistons back up to the plate here, back at the dish. It's Alan Trammell hitting in the 8th spot. Has one to hit just a little early since it fouled down that third base side. And so, next pitch on its way. I thought that was catching the zone. Apparently not. 2-1. Wildly missing there. AJ's
Ooh,
looking
a
for
lead
anything
walk
over
would
the
be
plate.
huge.
The walk is huge. We're going to see a pinch hitter come in, surely.
Yep, you got to go.
The reverse splits, putting in work here on a lot of these hitters. It's going to be Kirk Gibson. He's going to take the negated stats as far as same-handedness, but he still has the pinch perfect activated. Avoiding reverse splits, but finding himself down quickly in the count 0-2. Sends this one to center. It's not going to do any damage. Caught out there by God's Unicorn.
It's interesting to see some of the swings from AJ. It feels like he's respecting Unicorn's pitching, and he realizes it's not going to be easy to get anything really meaty, and he's been fishing a little bit.
Yeah, and look at this matchup here. Reverse splits plus the pressure meter on a 10 center fielder. There's really no hitting stats to work with as he sends one in the gap to right field. Right fielder makes a misplay. He dives past it. I don't think he had to.
No.
And because there was only one out, the lead runner was expecting that to be caught, held up at second. They do advance to third, but double play is not in effect. It's runners now, second and third, in scoring position. Uni going to the bullpen. It's going to be Felix, her name Jeff. A 0 ERA in the playoffs.
Yeah, the right fielder looked like they actually got to the ball too soon, and that's what cost. Now this is pandemonium.
Oh, AJ almost bailed him out a little bit there. Luckily, it goes out of play. Count is at 2-1.
He's on edge. He's on edge.
Oh, but
And
it's
he's
a
got him
fastball
rattled.
he's struggled with tonight so far, and he sees another one for a strike. This one sent deep to center should be good enough. Well, maybe not. We saw a play at the plate earlier, and we see it
not good
again.
enough.
It's another
No.
double play.
Oh, no.
What a moment for Uni, the center
boy.
fielder. 2 outfield assists to save 2 runs in this game. What a massive, massive moment. Another inning for the Pistons has gone awry. They had multiple runners in scoring position, and none of those times they've been able to convert. We're getting very late into this ball game now, missed. Bottom of the 7th, and it's 2-0 Unicorns. I could not have guessed that.
God's Unicorn, literally the poster boy for big defense here in this series so far.
You can easily understand how Uni's had so many close one-run games. Just been able to find the right answer at the right time here in game 1. He gets retired in order there in the 7th, but still probably feeling good off the mound after how he was able to escape the 7th. Do have to be a little in the back of your mind, you might be concerned that this is your last bullet. Really, I mean, he has a closer. I'm not familiar with the closer stats, but this is the last real reliever that he has.
Yeah, I can tell you more than literally anybody in the SMB universe. If you run out of pitching against AJ, you are fucking dead. Oh, sorry, excuse me. You are dead. So
You can curse here. We don't get paid for this.
You gotta manage your bullpen. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, the bullpen management is an essential component to any good playoff team. But Uni is really benefiting from how he's managed the game here so far. 2 away now in the 8th. Nobody on base. And we're headed towards the bottom half of AJ's hitting lineup, so if he can escape the inning right here, which he might, this ball's hit deep to left, but it looks like they have the legs to get there. And that will end the top frame of the 8th inning. As I was saying, Uni's going to have 6, 7, 8, which, I mean, we know AJ can hit with some of the best of them, but still got to be feeling a ton of pressure. Before we get to that 9th inning, though, AJ's going to have to try and keep the score where it is. And a dangerous part of the lineup here for Uni, but Trammell makes a great defensive play and throws him out. a nice mojo boost, and Trammell will be batting next inning. Something to keep an eye on here as there's 2 outs in the 8th. Metalhead, a bit of a lag pitch there. Missing outside. This one on a ride to right field. Deep, not quite at the warning track. Captured by Alkaline. So we are now into the 9th inning, folks. The potential final 3 outs for these Pistons. This ball sent deep to right. Gonna be in foul territory. Out of play. So Charlie feeling the pressure here. 3/4 full in the bar.
Yeah, the one thing, you cannot have a lead hit here.
A great defensive play at shortstop. We've seen a lot of good defensive plays here tonight, but a clutch defensive play there, robbing the base hit. Oh, but AJ in the ambush at bat there, swings at the first pitch. Single.
Yeah, ambush at bat, perfect.
And as we were talking about, Alan Trammell got the mojo boost from the previous half inning there. These stats are pretty juiced as he's locked in now.
Yeah, not a lot of speed on first.
That was the one to hit. A fastball in the heart of the plate. This one misses low, counts at 1-2. A maxed pressure meter here as this one's hit foul down the third base side. Pitch count at 25. The 26th pitch on its way. Hit to right field. Looks like it's trailing. A misplay by the right fielder. He had no chance at it and took an interesting route. The ball rolls almost all the way to the wall. Scores 1. Ends up with a runner at third. The pitcher is going to be subbed out now, of course. It's going to be Sam Crawford. The tying run is 90 feet away, and there's only 1 out.
And that pressure meter is not going to play to Uni's favor, so he is going to have to really, really locate no matter how much pull there is on that mini game.
Oh, you can see the chess moves here as the closer comes in, and AJ had already gone to one pinch hitter, but now goes to the other for the handedness. Fouls one off, watches one outside. It's a 2-1 count. The infield is playing in prevent defense, trying to avoid the run from scoring. That was another meaty pitch. It's fouled off, though. This one grounded to short. Throw is home. It's going to be in time, surely. AJ's got to retreat there, but he doesn't. He risked it all. And that second out is made at home. So the fielder's choice allows Speed to be on first. Ty Cobb at the plate.
I think AJ's been banking on that catcher to drop the ball for like 9 innings, and it just is not happening.
Yeah, I didn't see it happening there, but he decided to risk it all. Count goes 2-2. Potentially their final strike here. The Pistons watch the pitch on its way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 ends the ball game. And Uni takes the series lead here in Game 1. Final score 2-1 at Parque.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway there is just the score itself is what Uni needs. AJ has to look at this and just be appalled and say, we're going to move on.
Yeah, good game. Yeah, you got to feel for AJ a little bit, but at the same time, he had his chances. He just kind of needs to find a way to convert some of those. If he converts like 2 of them, then he would have already had scored more runs than Uni. So what an exciting start to the series. I did not see the bats going that way for both teams, but a solid performance from Uni. For the most part, had a couple defensive blunders that kept AJ in the game. But yeah, riveting start to the series here. We're going to get Game 2 queued up here, folks, so stay tuned. We'll bring the action right back to you. Alrighty, folks, game 2 coming at you. I did go ahead and update the ticker there, or the sidebar, to be accurate at the moment. So show the series lead for Uni. Updated it to the playoff stats as well.
Interesting. We've got Moto here with the shadow setting, which is actually the most hitter-friendly shadow setting.
Fly out there. And one thing, sorry folks, one thing I am going to do real quick is just make sure the quality is as high as possible. Okay. Trying to hide the timer since this is a pre-record. I also didn't see it myself because I was looking at a different part of the screen. So everything is good. Everything's on the up and up. And looks like we have a base hit here, 1 out, and a base hit for the Unicorns.
Number 54.
One thing I'll tell you is that AJ is extremely comfortable at the motor yard. That shallow, kind of straight across fence. Oh, wow.
Uni gets away with the mistake there.
Number 18.
But it's okay, as you were saying.
I was going to say that center field is kind of shallow because of the way that the fence cuts straight across. And also right field down the line. These are places that AJ can absolutely tee off.
Oh, interesting double play. It works because that secondary runner was retreating, thinking it was going to be caught in the air. But regardless, it's an inning-ending double play. And yeah, I definitely agree with your points about AJ being comfortable here. He loves to hit at the motor yard. It's their home stadium, and I think he hit really well here in like every game I saw him play, all the way back to the season, like 18 Cup, I think. So no surprise that he enjoys the stadium. He has hit many a home run here.
No, inside.
Got a leadoff double, and he's looking to send this one into the outfield. It's going straight to Reyes. Had to sprint backwards immediately, but does make the catch. Holding that runner at second now with 1 away. Miguel Cabrera steps up. And for those of you in chat, let me know if the audio is okay. This gameplay is a little louder, of course, than the last one. So if it's kind of too loud, just let me know.
One thing I will say is Latanimal is that I do think AJ is giving Unicorn a little bit too much credit for his pitching. I'm seeing chasing. You're not going to get a lot from Unicorn, but if I was AJ, I would play my game, which is to wait for that meatball.
Yeah, he watches the curveball catch, just barely clip the outer part of the zone there. You can see basically a perfect curveball thrown by Uni, as he also elects to intentionally walk that hitter. So Alkaline steps in now. This is no easy hitter to deal with either. Does carry fastball hitter as well. But one thing I've noticed tonight, Mist, is AJ has been late on the fastball almost every time. I'm not sure why.
Oh, I can tell you why. It's because Uni's locating junk, and that's where you speed that. This is Oxbox territory. He can blow the 65 elo fastball right by you because you're just so used to seeing changeup on the corner, curveball on the corner. You know, it's the burning ice syndrome. That fastball suddenly looks like it's coming in there at 117 miles an hour, and it's really only about 95, 96.
Yeah, he does do a great job of utilizing his full arsenal and managing the velo. So he certainly had to do that to near perfection in Game 1. Starting out pretty well here in Game 2. Expands his zone and gets away with it with the hitting trait, helping him out a bit there. Pitch was off the plate, but he sends it into the grass of right field for a leadoff single.
47.
That brings up second baseman. Carries off-speed hitter, probably sitting. I don't know. Is that a changeup? Able to catch up to the fastball here. Is going to be in foul territory and actually caught by the diving left fielder. A great effort out there. Earns the first out of the second inning.
Second baseman, number 4.
Not messing around. Uni swings at the first pitch there, sending it back up through the middle. Runners now at first and second
Now batting.
for
the
Jose
shortstop,
Reyes,
Number 5.
hitting in the 8th
Jose
spot.
Reyes.
Yeah, and Uni's one of those players. You really get uncomfortable. You know, when he has nothing going, he's pretty easy to handle. But when he has something going, that's when it becomes extremely uncomfortable. He's tricky.
Now batting.
Yeah, you do sometimes,
Number 58.
against certain people, get lulled into this just false sense of comfort. Oh, Knowledge makes a nice grab there. It was a little unexpected, but yeah, Uni does tend to kind of just, he's either on or he's not. And he might have 3 innings of the entire side game being retired without a single base runner. Then all of a sudden, you've got runners at first and second, and it seems like his eye is just impeccable. So not many people in the XBL that you should sleep on, and Uni especially being one of them. Still go back to the talking point of how many one-run games he's had this season, the most in the league. But I think he had a 750 win percentage out of all those games, and that doesn't even factor the playoffs where he added a couple more. So he's always in the hunt. It's just that he's got to wait for his bats to heat up a little bit. And they're definitely turning on here. In the second game, they were alive in the first game as well. Just maybe not to the bombastic amount he was hoping for, but it was still enough to get the job done. And he's also been dealing on the mound, as we've talked about, both players hitting their locations most of the time. The on cue, that one missing, but this one is going to be lifted to center harmlessly for the second out.
Now batting. The pitcher. Number 29.
So there's another one. AJ is not capitalizing on some of these mistakes.
Yeah, that one changeup low outside corner, pretty tough to deal with there. But overall, yeah, I agree. He's had some mistake pitches, sitting there waiting for him to take advantage, and he's just still trying to get 1 or 2, sink his teeth
Now
into.
batting. The right fielder. Number 21.
He's definitely been rattled, and that's credit to Unicorn.
Oh, this
The
one
reason he's
sent
rattled-
deep to left
Ooh.
center. Might have a chance. It's going to hit the wall. Thought for just a moment off the bat it had enough to get just barely over that
Now
deep
batting.
wall in the left field here
Number
at Motor
54.
Yard. One out double for the Unicorns. 3-spot hitter sends one to center field. Not deep enough to advance the runner. It's Ty Cobb's arm. Plenty good to deal with that.
Number
Not even
18.
needing to utilize the cannon arm. So 2 away now.
You definitely, you can't throw four seam on the plate here. You have to make Uni hit motion.
Yeah, this pitcher for AJ doesn't carry a ton of velo, and he throws a curveball in a hittable location. Ty Cobb gets to it a little late. Doesn't even trigger the cannon arm, which I doubt would have mattered.
The third
So
baseman,
first
number
run
13,
of game 2 in favor of the Unicorns. He's scored the first run of both games now so far.
Yeah, I can't honestly say that was a bad pitch, but it's not the best pitch. And, you know, again, 1 run. If I'm AJ, I don't care about 1 run. What I care about is getting going.
Yeah, what he's got to worry about as well, though, is Uni's got 6 hits this game. This pitcher for the Pistons is likely not going to be out there for too long unless the Pistons really can get it going offensively. And Ty Cobb could be the spark these Pistons need. Leading off here in the 3rd inning, ahead in the count, now 2-1. But R.A. Dicktree is locked in on the mound. He nails a off-speed changeup there, inside corner, catches the plate. Barely misses that one to run the count full now here.
Those hurt. Now you're in trouble.
Red Reticle at the mercy of Metalhead, and he walks him. Full count, curveball missed high.
Yeah, that second to last pitch missing was
Oh,
really
the
tough.
off-speed hitter procced as well. AJ was a hair early. That one over the fence, but foul.
No, inside. Let's swing.
A neglector activated. Cutter over the plate, past the diving shortstop, and it's looking a little interesting here now. Runners at first and second, nobody out. The switch hitter Miguel Cabrera steps into the dish.
No, inside.
Yeah, this is the danger zone, right? Right here. This is the middle of the. Oh, and he gets it by him.
Been talking a lot about these meatballs, just fastballs over the heart of the plate. For some reason, AJ not able to catch up to some of these, and he floats this one to right field. Gonna try and advance the lead runner. Wisely returns as he would have been out by a mile. So 1 away now for Hank Greenberg.
Yeah, tough hitter.
Uni contemplated intentionally walking for just a moment, but don't think that would have been a good decision here. So going to be pitching to Greenberg. He's actually ahead in the count against him, even though RBI Hero is proc. Those hitting stats are nearly maxed out. Missing just high and outside. Count is even 2-2. Cutter inside, smack down the left field line, but foul. Oh my, AJ's hit so many of those hard hit balls foul. And Uni misses just barely by a pixel. This changeup on the plate, hard hit this time, certainly fair. Hard enough actually to go past the left fielder, and that'll score 1. Runners at second and third, as long as AJ doesn't run himself into an out.
Great swing by AJ. Didn't totally reticle it up, but he got some great power on it. And now if I'm Unicorn, I'm extremely worried here.
You would think so, but he's been in this position, probably this is the 4th time in the series. So, this one's lifted deep to left, that's enough to score the run. Maybe a bit of a commentator's curse, even though this is recorded.
We've seen AJ get thrown out before on occasion.
Yeah, if that one's hit to center, might be a different result, but Uni trying to get this inning in the rear view. He's ahead in the count, but this one hit deep to left. Should end at the warning track as Go Crazy's there to catch it and does bring the inning to a close. AJ takes the first lead of the game. The 2-run inning for
first baseman, number 47.
Yeah, now if I'm Uni, I'm okay. I'm saying, okay, he's going to have his moments. So now I just need to dig in here at the dish.
Uni upset himself a little bit, frustrated after the swing there. The pitch well outside the zone, but a lot of baseball to be played still here. OJ steps up to the dish now, carries the inside pitch trade and puts it to use immediately on cue.
Oh boy.
See ya. Tie ball game.
Yeah, I was just thinking those backup pitches aren't going to necessarily bother Unicorn, and he just teed off on either a two-seam or a screwball.
Jose Reyes.
Great piece of hitting there from Uni. Tie the ball game up and completely, I'd say, put himself at ease after how the previous half inning went. Things seem to be spiraling for a little bit there. Now stabilized here in a 2-2 ball game.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 50.
Yeah, we've got a war going here. This is going to be a great series lap.
Yeah, just as I was expecting, we had a great match of the week for these guys. And so far, this appears to be going the same way. So going out to the bottom of the 4th after Uni tied the game on the solo shot. Going to be the 7th spot hitting Bill Freehand.
This is a good tribute to how underrated God's Unicorn is. I mean, his game, it's not that exciting. Nobody wants to be God's Unicorn. But when you really look at it, he puts a lot of pressure on you with his pitching. And he's just dangerous enough with his hitting. And he's just streaky enough, and he plays momentum that he can get in your head.
No, that's outside.
Yeah, Uni is almost quietly been one of the most improved players over the past probably 3 seasons. Back all the way in season 15, he won his AA championship, went up to the AAA, kind of, didn't do anything memorable, quite honestly, but he was still a threat there, and then just decided to rip the Band-Aid, went to the XBL, and hasn't really struggled anywhere near as much as most AAA call-ups do. He's really found some of the most success that AAA call-ups have had, so he's been a pretty steady hand as far as the call-ups go, finding himself pretty much always at the middle table standings, and even I think this is his best season so far. So now he's really hoping to capitalize, and I say best season just in terms of regular season final standings. Of course, this is the furthest he's made in the playoffs, and has a chance to make it all the way to the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he's able to pitch to AJ as well as he has with mostly mid to low velo is kind of shocking. I mean, everybody looks at that Mush series and says, oh, well, it was a great matchup for AJ because of the way Mush kind of is a finesse pitcher. But, I mean, Unicorn's doing the same thing, but he's been more successful than Mush was, giving up, 12 to 15 runs.
Yeah, and after talking about these two for this long, suddenly the bases are loaded and it's a 3-0 count miss. There's 2 outs. Pressure meter in effect. AJ sends one past the diving shortstop. That's going to score 1, probably 2. Certainly 2. As the Pistons double the run scored here for the inning now. It's 4-2. Runners first and second, looking to continue to push the MO here, push the envelope. But they're down in the count.
Finally a crack. God's Unicorn throwing probably the worst pitch he possibly could throw there. He kind of got bailed out that it was only 2 runs.
Yeah, he backed himself into a corner. Oh, but he finds the strikeout to mitigate the damage. It's only 2. Could have been worse. What I was saying is he backed himself into a corner with the bases loaded at bat because he got himself into a 3-0 count, so had nowhere to put the runner, or the batter, excuse me. And yeah, it just threw a curveball. AJ had no issue with that, as we know. But now we're onward and upwards to the top of the 5th. The leadoff single, and it's the Unicorn's best hitter.
Yeah, that's a fantastic lead single there from Uni. That's a big answer. He needs to have some good at bats here. He needs to take advantage of a meatball. There's gonna be a meatball. He's got to hit it.
Oh, he expanded. Knows he has bad ball hitter to bail him out. Does it again, this time fouling it off to stay alive. Count is 1-2. Expands yet again.
He's expanding a lot here. He's relying on that bad ball hitter.
Yeah, feeling the pressure. He's able to take that changeup low in the dirt. And then the fastball catches the zone. I thought it might have been slightly high, but clearly Uni was in agreement there and pays the price for it. Strikes out looking there for the first out here in the 5th. Runner at first, as previously mentioned.
Yeah, that was a great pitch from AJ. You can talk about him mislocating, but I've seen him locate. He's a little inconsistent, but that was a great pitch.
Well hit ball past the jumping shortstop there, and heads up base running as well. Gets into second there to eliminate the double play threat. RBI hero procced as well. Uni, this is the kind of player he is. He can have a moment of feeling like he's flailing and struggling, and then all of a sudden some heads up base running. He's a smart player, and he's got runners in scoring position here, really trying to get some damage done, trying to tie this ball game, maybe even take the lead if he gets the right pitch. This one hit softly to center. It does drop in the grass. Ty Cobb throws home. Cannon arm activated, so only able to score 1. But that'll still keep this inning very much alive as Juice Jackson steps in, who's probably statistically in these playoffs Uni's best hitter. Has about 90 power stat, but this one falls into the right fielder's glove. It is a sac fly to tie this ball game, so still a productive moment for sure. And there's now 2 outs here. make it 3 with the ground out to just the second baseman. But hey, it's a little back and forth here. A lot more action than we saw in the first game.
Yeah, that was a fantastic job of capitalizing. Again, it wasn't that sexy what Unicorn did, but he avoided letting that hard fastball get by him on the corner for the first run. And then the second one, he just pushed the ball out there into the outfield and got another run. Suddenly he's tied up. He didn't really do anything. I mean, other than play smart. He didn't really drive the ball.
Yeah, he had some good quality at bats. Maybe the one blemish of the bad ball hitter kind of expanding a lot, but doesn't really matter too much in the grand scheme of things as it's a tie ball game. Yeah, 4-4. You'll take that against AJ here in the middle of the game. Something to keep an eye on, of course, though, is going to be the bullpen for the Unicorns because this reliever is already at 20-plus pitches, and that's not great news as far as pitching goes here, only being in the 5th inning.
Good location there by AJ. Needs to not get rattled. You know, it's easy. You know, the big lights are still on. AJ needs to just keep pitching. He can. This is very winnable, especially at home.
AJ rips one to the third baseman there. Juice Jackson at the hot corner takes care of it. And that'll bring the Unicorns back up to the dish here as we start the 6th inning. Looks like AJ's starter is going to be pulled from this game after a decent 5-inning performance. Does allow 4, so maybe not ideal, but given the stats of that pitcher, I think he'll probably be okay at this point, knowing that his bats have started to heat up.
Yeah, it was a questionable pull, but I can tell you, Hernandez with that elite changeup. I've faced this dude. He is much tougher than he looks. He is hard to hit.
Ooh. OJ hit the solo shot earlier to tie the game at 2. This time he's not able to get on top of it, and he flies out to center field as Jose Reyes steps in now. Good speed if he can get on base. Trying to find something high up in the zone. Expands though, swings at the ball outside for strike 3. He'll bring the reliever up, and I suspect Uni will keep him in to hit here. Yep, he will.
That's a strike.
Hey, Supreme Baseball with a raid of 9 viewers. Appreciate that, friend. Thank you for your support here and joining us tonight in our XBL playoffs, getting our semifinals underway. This is game 2 of our left side of the bracket. It's the 6 seed and 9 seed squaring off. And we're here now in the 6th inning in the tie ball game, 4-4. The Pistons are back up to the plate here. It's the 8th spot hitting Alan Trammell. Nice diving play by the second baseman. Gets a mojo boost and takes care of the first out here. The bottom of the 6th. The pitcher is electing to stay in as expected based off the pitch count there. AJ only just brought the pitcher in, and he gets a base hit to right field. He's done that time and time again with these pitchers, just finding open spaces and getting these singles base runners late in the game are so critical.
Yeah, that first save by the second base person was so huge. That really helps XGODS Unicorn, but this pitcher is not long for this game. He's going to have to put a short leash here. I think you got to go as soon as you see anything you don't like.
AJ working a full count, rips this one into the right field grass. It's going to be tracked down by a diving right fielder. Good job to cut down the extra bases, but we will see Pistons runners on the corners now here with 1 away. Pressure meter very much into effect now. We're going to see Uni bring in Felix, her name, Jeff. Carries that very low ERA so far. Trying to put a bottle on this inning. A meatball yet again, swung and missed. It's a fastball. AJ struggling to find a way to get the bat to it here so far tonight. Still has a couple extra lives to work with, but same result there, 2-2 on the fastball. And he actually swings and misses on a pitch inside. What a huge moment now for the Unicorns. If they can escape this jam again, I'm going to start calling them the Magicians.
Yeah, I would have gone to this man one batter earlier, but if he can get through this, so much the better for Uni.
You can tell by the timing that Uni keeps throwing these pitches. He's just really kind of feeling it on the mound at this point. Like, getting that second out is so huge. He's in a rhythm here. And he strikes him out. Back-to-back batters and the inning and the threat. The game remains tied here. 4 runs and 10 hits per side as we enter the top of the 7th here in Game 2.
Hernandez is wheeling and dealing. A little bit of a potential out there. Yeah, I think Hernandez is going to try to milk that low outside corner. He's got the screwball and the changeup. There it is. That's the pitch that AJ will run with Hernandez. And that is a tough pitch to handle when you have 2 different pitches basically going to the same area. Oh, no.
Shortstop, an unforced error, gets a mojo drop from it as well. Just red metered the throw, and that could be critical here, giving the Unicorns an extra life out of thin air. Great speed at first. It's a ball hit deep in right center. That's back at the wall, and just as we were saying, that mistake is going to be punished severely. The run scores. Uni kind of runs himself into an out. That was unnecessary, but he got greedy, and he still converts the run.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, the player will throw that ball to third base, but he got suckered, and AJ was smart. He threw to second base and got the easy out, so he totally minimized this.
Yeah, Uni just kind of cut into his own momentum a little bit there. Of course, he still has the lead now, but you know, running himself into that out it could prove to be a big deal. We'll have to see how the rest of the game shakes out here. We're now in the bottom of the 7th. Felix are named Jeff. 13 pitches, make it now 14. AJ, must have been a misclick as he swung before the ball was even there. So, first out, strikeout victim. This ball hit hard just over the jumping second baseman. I thought that was for sure going to be caught.
Yeah, it seemed to go through the second base person, but what a swing on the screwball by AJ. Now he pops it up, unfortunately.
Yeah, harmlessly caught out there in right field. So there's 2 outs, but bad ball hitter at the plate. Uni's probably considering intentionally walking. Well, he looked at the lineup, and he knows Alan Trammell's going to be hitting, who is tense after making that throwing error the previous inning. This one hit into the grass, center field. Runner's going to be at first and third now.
And that is an awfully tough pitch to put into play. What a job by AJ. That's a murderous pitch.
Solid piece of hitting. Oh, this one hit, but just not enough power on the batter. And the opportunity slips through his fingertips a little bit there. It's still a 1-run game. Unicorns hoping for any insurance they can find here in these final 2 innings. Quickly behind in the count, though, 0-2. Hernandez throws that changeup you alluded to on the outside corner. Fought off well by Uni to stay alive here.
Yeah, the location by Uni, really fantastic. Just bottling up the Pistons right now, but there's still time.
Yeah, there is some time, but it is running out. More so for the Pistons, as we have 1 away now, top of the 8th. Good, solid single there. Just nicely taken care of. Pitch was up in the zone. Gets a good bat on it there, so maximizes the pressure meter here. The runner at first. It's OJ. Yet again, he had the solo shot earlier. Can he be the Unicorns' hero? Well, he's going to try. He hits one to left field, falling for a single. First and second. Things are getting interesting here. 8-spot hitter Jose Reyes back up. Another solid single here. It's just station-to-station baseball. Still only one out. And Uni's probably, he has to pinch hit here. I mean,
yeah, you have to. Unless you have nothing in the pen, I think
he has his closer. I think it's similar to last game. But yeah, I mean, bases loaded, 8th inning, 1-run game. You have to maximize on your opportunity here. Count is even at 1-1 quickly. It's Big Papi Girthy. He swings. What is happening? A steal attempt. Guys, I'm not even gonna. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go into that. Don't try this at home. That's all I'm gonna say. This is not the XBL quality baseball we're hoping for. I'm just gonna say it. Anyways, count is 2-2. There's now 2 outs after Uni runs himself into an out. AJ misses well high for a full count. This ball slicing foul. Left fielder tries to make a play, but he trapped it. It was not caught cleanly, so we'll redo it, and Uni lays off. It's a check swing on a ball in the dirt. So bases are loaded for God's Unicorn, the center fielder who has RBI 0 procced. And AJ, after throwing the first pitch, decides, I'm actually going to bring in the specialist here. So a reliever comes in now to throw a ball for their first pitch. It's a 2-0 count. Finally, they find the strike zone here. Oh, but a meatball sent deep to the gap in right center. That is a massive hit for the Unicorns. Scoring 2, potentially 3. There's just no speed, though, from that middle runner there that was the pinch hitter earlier.
Number 21.
They might literally have 0 speed on the stat sheet. But they extend the lead. They find the insurance that they truly needed. It's a 7-4 ball game here. And missed. There's a lot of words we would have to use to describe what just happened, but ultimately the Unicorns found the insurance, right? They've converted on their chance. They're playing with the house's money at this point.
Yeah, I was going to make that point. As bad as that original play was, is he was playing with house money, and so you can sort of defend taking a gamble, but at the end of the day, he won it the honest way, hitting a tough reliever in Lopez. You can't allow any kind of a lead runner here. You just can't.
Yeah, and I may have been mistaken in the chaos. It's possible Uni brought his closer into pinch run. I just maybe didn't process that when he ended up doing it. Oh, he gets a little lucky there. He did not take the best route to that ball. Kind of jerked the joystick away as that ball was falling, but it does find its way in the glove. So we do have a fly out to start the bottom of the 8th here. This pitch gonna catch a lot of plate. AJ's late on the fastball, the 4-seam yet again. Full count now to Ty Cobb, who can mash, but not when you can't hit the ball, my friend. He goes back to the dugout, hanging his head. It's another strikeout on the 4-seam. Uni got to be loving it, but it's not going to last too long because this is the closer. He's already over 10 pitches. The stamina, the velo is going to be dropping off significantly soon unless he can be efficient. But AJ's starting to take more pitches now, getting close to 15. And really around 20 pitches is when you're going to see the massive drop-off, but a nice diving play by the first baseman, robbing a base hit and probably extra bases. Takes us to the 9th inning.
Yeah, the Pistons in big trouble here. Uni's just playing so well. It's going to be hard. It's certainly not impossible. Again, he's going to have to either rely on a weakened pitcher or get a lead runner. Try to get a little mojo going. But first he has to stop Uni. Got the sub reliever in there.
Yeah, the closer's made his way into the game for the Pistons. And he's getting 2 outs on 6 pitches so far. Juice Jackson will step up to the plate.
Juice Jackson.
This swings at the first pitch. Perfectly located on the low inside corner. Uni also missing on the fastball over the plate. Grounds this one to the third baseman, which will now take us to the bottom of the ninth. Pistons trail by 3. It's going to be 3-4-5 in the batting order. Miguel Cabrera to lead us off.
Miguel Cabrera.
Good contact. Needs to get on base. Maybe take a walk. Maybe get a single.
Yeah, if you're able to here, if you're AJ, is just not get ahead of yourself. He has been showing more patient at bats here in these past couple innings. This one, though, he tomahawks to the ground. Shortstop takes care of it for out number 1. That is a very valuable out for the Unicorns.
It was located so well. It comes right across your eye line, but you can't really do anything with it. And that just goes to show you how well Uni hit. Believe me, it is not easy to, of all the people, AJ is hard to keep down. And you can't do it without extreme location.
Red reticle. AJ swings at it. It was well in on the hands, but it's grounded to second for the second out. Unicorns are 1 out away from taking a commanding 2-0 series lead. Can they find this final puzzle piece? Throws a four-seamer perfectly on the outside corner. Count is even 1-1. Curveball on the way. AJ gets his first hit of the 9th inning. It's a bloop single to center field. Pressure meter is going to remain maxed out, I would think, for the rest of the inning here. And as I mentioned earlier, the pitch count is now high enough to where the velo is dropped off almost entirely. Fastball is topping out at 93.
Yeah, you cannot allow another runner.
AJ watches the strike called. Curveball perfectly located. Uni goes right back to it. Red reticle. Hard hit to the first baseman and caught to end game 2. Victory yet again. It's a sweep on the night. The Unicorns lead the series 2-0.
Yeah, it's the way it should be. Unicorn outplayed AJ. AJ seemed a little bit flustered at times by the big lights and by the extreme pitching of God's Unicorn. But we have not heard the last of the Pistons. From everything I'm seeing so far, this is going to be a great series. I can absolutely guarantee you the Pistons are going to get going at the plate, sooner or later. So, but so far, Uni has been the better player, and he's up 2-0.
Yeah, Uni's, I would say he's deserved both victories tonight. I think both players had a lot of chances, and just straight up, Uni converted more of them. Some of that, sure, you could say it's due to luck, but ultimately, you got to put yourself in position to win these ball games, and Uni's just taken more chances that he's been given. So, props to both players. I think there's still some positive takeaways for AJ as well, but it does feel like the wind is kind of taken out of your sails after we talked about, hyping him up, taking down Mush, the number 1 seed. First time that's ever been done where the 1 seed has failed to make the semifinals. I'll keep talking about it because I just think it's such a massive achievement to have. But starting the series out down 2, it is a best of 7. You get a couple extra lives to play with this time, but I think you've almost used them all up. I mean, I really think if you're AJ, you gotta win game 3. As soon as your backs, as soon as you're cornered, if you were to go down 3-0, I don't know, the mental toll that's going to take every single game, it might prove to be too much. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. But both of these guys, I believe, have planned to get games 3 and 4 over to us as soon as possible. So I believe the current plan is for those to be shared with everybody and casted this weekend. Keep an eye on the announcements channel for that here, folks. We also have AAA playoffs coming your way via cast as well. I want to say Friday was a lightly scheduled, penciled in time, but I guess don't take my word for it. Wait for the show announcements channel to become active for that and confirm my suspicions. Double A is moving along as well. I think the plan is to just be casting the World Series though for that, so we should see the remaining spot filled. I would suspect by early next week. We do know that Prestone is already inked his way in from that left side of the bracket. Kudos to the Pelicans making their way back to the World Series, as they have won the World Series in the last time they were there. So yeah, what an action-filled night. We got a nice start to the series here, Mist. Good performance from Uni. He's been chatting a lot in the Discord lately, so maybe that was a sign that things were going his way a little bit here. And kudos to him. He took advantage of those chances, like I said. So, what words do you have here to close us out tonight?
Well, first of all, I've never known Uni not to run his beak in the chat, or in the general. So I'm not sure that signifies a darn thing. But he did play fantastic. But just to piggyback on what you said about Game 3 being huge, if AJ is able to win Game 3, he's heading home to the motor yard. So if you look at that scenario and you say, okay, now AJ's won Game 3 somehow, some way, and he's heading back home, that's a pretty stark change from where we're at now, which is Uni's kind of cruising. I don't think he feels fantastic, but he feels like, hey, I've done what I got to do. But again, Uni earned these wins. AJ didn't play fantastic. He chased at times. He was not totally himself. He had the big defense bit him in the butt there in game 1, but you have to credit Uni. He made those throws. His players came up with the plays. It could have certainly gone a lot differently than it did, but sometimes you get 3 putouts at the plate, and that might be what it takes to beat a good player, which it did in the case of game 1. So I'm just excited for the series. I do think this gets stretched out to bare minimum 5, but we're probably looking at 5, 6, or 7.
Yeah, I'd agree there. Thank you to everyone who tuned in this evening. Also, especially to Supreme Baseball there in the chat with the raid, of course. I'm not familiar with your name, but it sounded like you were maybe running a sim league in the game. So it looks like some of our community members have already shared directions on how to check out our website and our Discord channel. So we appreciate you and your peeps popping in, and yeah, give our Discord a chance there. Go take a look around. The long and short of it is we run a custom league. You play each opponent twice in the regular season, and then we have our playoffs, of course, as you're seeing now. We have 3 different leagues depending on what ego you play at, and we all utilize the same roster building spreadsheet, which has been fine-tuned over years and years of a lot of effort from everyone in this community. So there's a lot of nice things to go check out, and we'd be happy to have you guys take a look. So I think our Discord itself is probably what's a fair number to say, 80, 100 people, like concurrent users that are actively checking the chat. I know we've probably got close to like 60 active players across all the leagues, somewhere around there. But yeah, we'd be happy to have more people kind of check out the game. We know Metalhead has kind of left us in a tough spot, so we're just enjoying it for the time we have left, and however long that may be. So kudos to Uni and AJ for recording those games and sharing that with us here. And yeah, as a final thank you to everyone, we appreciate you stopping by tonight. We're going to end it there. Keep an eye on the Discord for the next streaming session. Have a good night, folks.